To navigate today's job fair, you will use the virtual menu or the virtual guide that you see here on the screen. In just a minute, we're going to share a link with you through the chat where you will be able to access the virtual menu. I would leave the menu up in one of your browser windows throughout the job fair. That way, if you need to return to the main meeting room where we are right now, you'll be able to click to do so. You'll be able to click to visit our primary elementary school breakout sessions, middle and high here, along with early college and STAR. And down at the bottom, there's a link where you can apply for current positions through our frontline system. All right, so let's say that we've shared the guide, the virtual menu with you, and you have it open. You're ready to use it. So you'd like to visit one of our schools. Let's say, for example, that you'd like to visit Dunn Middle School. You'll click here for middle school, middle and high. All right, you're going to need to join. All right, and then you'll be in the middle and high Star Academy and Harnett Early College room. All right, where we have breakout sessions for all of these schools going. We're going to let you in one at a time so that you can meet with the principal there one-on-one. So you might have to be patient. We're going to thank you in advance for being patient while we place you in the rooms. You might get in right away if there's no one in front of you, but just be prepared to maybe wait a few minutes for some of the rooms. So let's say that you want to go to Dunn. To let us know, you're going to type in the chat. So up here, upper right, you have a little icon, a little chat icon. If you click on that, that will open up your chat. Down at the bottom is where you type, the bottom right. You can send a message down there. All you have to do is just type the school that you'd like to visit, Dunn Middle. And it will have your name attached, so you don't even have to type your name. Now, the moderator of the room, once they see, right, that you want to go to Dunn Middle, they will place you as soon as they can. They might be able to place you right away, right? So if they're able to place you right away, you'll get a little pop-up that says you've been invited to join Dunn Middle. You can return to the main call at any time. Again, this might not happen instantly. There might be somebody in there already talking. You can wait, or you can visit another school. If you feel like it's taken a while, that might be a good strategy as well. But we click join, and then you'll go into the Dunn Middle room, and it will just be you and the principal from Dunn Middle, Dr. Doffermeyer, and you can interact one-on-one, introduce yourself, have a conversation with them, and when you're done, you simply come up here to the top. It says return to main call, all right? And that will bring you right back to not the main room where we are now, but to the middle and high room, okay? You'll still see the options here. Let's say you want to visit a high school next. Then you would just simply go back to the chat. If you'd like to visit Western Harnett High School, make sure that you indicate for Western, Harnett Central, and Overhills whether it's high or middle, because they have the same names. So you type Western Harnett High and you hit enter. The moderator will see, and as soon as they are able, they will place you in the Western Harnett High School room. All right. And when they're ready for you, you'll get the pop-up that says you've been invited to join Western Harnett High. You can return to the main call at any time, and you click join, and then you can go in and introduce yourself to Mr. Price at Western Harnett High School, have a good conversation with him, and when you're ready to go back to the main call, you can go here. Or if you're ready to visit some elementary schools, you could go back over to your menu, okay, that would be in another browser window, and you could jump over to the primary and elementary schools if you would like, okay? With iPad and other touchscreen devices, it is very different. With smartphones, any device that you do use a touch screen with, you're going to need to install the Google Meet app, okay, to join the different Meet links, okay? So once you've installed that, you'll also need to create a Gmail account if you don't have one already. Even if you're not using an iPad, we'd like for you to create a Gmail account if you don't have one prior to Thursday. We recommend that you do that for a more seamless experience. But before we go into the Meet app, you'll need to make sure that you've got Google Chrome on your device as well, and make sure that you have the virtual guide pulled up in your browser on your touchscreen device. These links work just fine on the iPad. Let's say that you want to go to the main room. If you have the Meet app on your device, it will take you right there and you can join. The settings here for video and microphone need to be considered before you join. I would probably mute the microphone. You just tap on it there till you get a little slash through it. I would probably mute my microphone when I go into the lobbies, into the main rooms. When you go in for a one-on-one with the principal, you would definitely unmute so that you could talk and have a one-on-one conversation. So we go in. Okay, well, this is the main room. No one's in here right now, but there will be at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to close that out and go back to the virtual guide here. Let's say that we've been greeted on Thursday. We've been to the main room, and now it's time to go visit some schools. If I want to go to a middle school, okay, to visit with some of the principals from some of our middle schools, we want to mute, okay, before we go into the lobby. Make sure you're muted. You can leave your video on, okay? And then we go in, okay? And this is what you will see if you go into the lobby there on Thursday. You have your schools to choose from. Here are the middle schools, the high schools, Star Academy, and Harnett Early College, okay? Now notice that you don't see the chat over here on the right like you do on a desktop or a laptop. Where did the chat go? Well, down here at the bottom you have a menu. You might not be able to see it. If you can't see it, I'm down here. You just tap your screen down there at the bottom and it pops up, okay? And here I can unmute and mute my microphone. I can cut my camera off and on. I can hang up. I can raise my hand. Or I have another choice, these 3 dots here. If you click on those 3 dots, I get another pop-up menu. In the top right, I have an option called in-call messages. It's not called chat on the iPad. It's called in-call messages, but it's the same thing. So if I just click on in-call messages, okay, down here, see where it says send message, I would just type the school that I'd like to visit. Let's say that I'd like to visit Harnett Central Middle School. Now, with Harnett Central, Western, and Overhills, it's important to specify whether you want middle or high because they share the same names. And then you have, after you've typed, you have a little arrow over here on the right. You just press it, and I sent my request. After I've sent my request, I close that out, and I just wait patiently while the moderator waits for a perfect time to put me in the room, okay? Again, you might have to wait, or you might not. You might be placed right away, but you just wait patiently until you get the pop-up that says you've been invited to join Harnett Central Middle. You can return to the main call at any time, and then you go join, okay? And here, you're going to want to make sure that you're unmuted down there so that you can have a good conversation with Mrs. Herring if you go in to visit Harnett Central Middle. And after you're finished with your conversation, you'll notice up here at the top, you have a tap to return to main call. You would just tap up there and you'll be right back in the lobby again, okay? And then you can make another choice. Let's say that you want to go to Overhills High School. We're going to go down here to the 3 dots. We're going to go to our in-call messages. I'm going to type over here, Overhills High School is where I'd like to go next. All you got to do is just put the school and then hit it, okay? And then after I've sent it, I can come up here and exit out, all right? And then I can wait patiently for the moderator to move me into the Overhills High School room. Once I've got the pop-up, you've been invited to join Overhills High, you can return to the main call anytime. You click on join, and then I can have a good conversation with Mr. Pearson. Anytime I want to, I can go back to my virtual guide right here. If I need to go back to the main meeting room, I can. Or if I need to visit primary and elementary schools, I can. Or go back to some more middle schools down here where you can always click to apply for current positions, which we would love for you to do if you qualify.